Legislative Day number 1 will now come to order. Please pause for a moment of silent meditation. I'll now call upon Councilman Katz to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I would like to wish everyone a happy new year. Okay. First order of business is the election of chair. I'll now ask the secretary to conduct the election for the office of chair of the county council for 2024.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the council. Pursuant to Section 302A of the county charter, the council at its first regular session of the calendar year is required to elect from its membership by a majority vote a chairperson who shall preside at all meetings of the county council for that year. I will now ask for nominations from the council members for the office of chair of the Baltimore County Council for the calendar year 2024.
Mr. Secretary, I'd like to nominate Councilman Patoka. If I can be privileged to say a few words about him. Councilman Patoka is a veteran of this body. He often talks about his extensive experience in planning and in multiple levels of government. And I think that experience would be very helpful as we work on several key initiatives, the adoption of the master plan, the revisions to the Adequate Public Facilities Ordinance, and the ongoing need to look at financing infrastructure in schools. Councilman Patoka has been collegial and bipartisan, and I think he can continue building on the record of this council.
Ms. Secretary? If I could just for a second, if I just also happy to second Councilman Patoka, and also give a big thanks to our outgoing chairman, Chairman Jones, for his tenure as chair leading this new council and leading with the information and the experience you had from the previous council, sharing us with your knowledge of the job, your knowledge of the council, and then also teaching us in our process. And I also look forward to working with Councilman Patoka over the last 12 months. I've gotten to know much better and understand, one, his experience as well as his ability to work across the lines with everyone to make sure that we find a better result for the legislation we see before us and the business that we have before this council. So happy to give a second.
Are there any additional comments from the council?
I have one comment. So very excited that Councilman Patoka has been nominated, and as Councilman Young said, sad to see Chairman Jones go. He led this council through some unprecedented times during COVID, and as Councilman Young had said, a new council with two freshman councilmen, and we'll miss you, and we're also excited about the future of the council. We're all going to be here together, and I think we all work well together, and it's just good to be part of the democratic process here in Baltimore County.
Good.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I'd like to fourth the nomination of, that number at fourth? One, two, third. Yeah, third the nomination.
Councilman Katz was a math teacher.
Yeah. Yes. And I'm very good with numbers when I'm awake. But anyhow, I want to first thank Councilman Jones for serving for 2 years as chairman of the county council. I enjoyed sitting next to you, and of course I think we'll sit next to each other over here and telling you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it.
Good.
you know, I mean, without me, where would you be? Yeah, I mean, he acknowledges that. So anyhow, and I, to third the nomination of Councilman Patoka is a real honor. We, of course, people up here are of different parties, and we all work well together. And Councilman Patoka and I have two areas that we are very important to us. It's the environment, which I know for his district, I mean, you need help in your district with the environment. We all do. Yeah, mine's better though. But, so anyhow, we need, so the environment's important to him and others on the council. And the other thing that I think is so important is that Councilman Patoka and I and others on the council share our desire for openness and transparency in this governmental body. I've always said that there's no document that the council, that the county has that would not be beneficial for the public to see. One of the, this is my 50th year in elected office. And one thing that I can tell you is absolutely the case. The involvement of the public has been very helpful to me. I know helpful to everybody on this stage and helpful to the county executive. People have excellent ideas. And, you know, they're in my district and everybody's district, you have people in many professions, and we're always asking them for their help. And so I appreciate Councilman Patoka's interest in openness and transparency and in the environment as well, which is important to all of us. So,
Thanks so much, Councilman Cash.
you're welcome.
Any other remarks?
Let me just say that I look forward to Councilman Patoka being the chair. It's been a pleasure working with everyone. I'm not going anywhere, but I do believe, to your point, that everybody comes to this job working very hard, trying to do the best they can for the citizens of Baltimore County. And I've seen that from every member here. And I should make a note that unfortunately Councilman Crandall could not be here this evening. But we certainly wish him well, and we'll just move on.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will now call the roll on the nomination of Councilman Izzy Patoka as chair of the Baltimore County Council, starting with the maker of the motion, Mr. Marks. Aye. Mr. Young.
Aye.
Mr. Jones.
Aye.
Mr. Ertel.
Aye.
Mr. Patoka.
Aye.
Mr. Catch.
Aye.
Mr. Patoka is unanimously elected as your chairman for 2024. Congratulations, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
It's a smooth operation.
There you go, Chris. Hadn't been done in a couple of years.
And we do have one more formality, Mr. Chairman.
Sure. Could I say a few words?
No, wait.
No, I do have one formality before I say a few words, is I want to, I have a gift for, let me just thank Julian Jones, Councilmember Jones, former Chairman Jones, for his service to the council. And I think everyone is aware of his dedication to this governing body. And so, Councilman Jones, I have this to honor you from the council members, and I would ask my council colleagues to come close together. Let's squeeze together until we're to the point of being uncomfortable. Squeeze together until you're uncomfortable. And this is a presentation. Let's move that out of the photo. And it says, presented to Julian E. Jones, Jr. by the Baltimore County Council for dedicated service as the Baltimore County Council Chairman, 2023.
Oh, thank you so much.
Squeeze together, guys.
Congratulations.
Till we're uncomfortable.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Where's the carrying case? Okay, I'll get it later.
Okay, do I have the right mic? That's the first order of business. Well, first off, thank you all so much. I want to really thank Councilman Jones for his service as chair over the last few years. And I think you heard from our colleagues that Councilman Jones has guided us through this transition period with new council members. And we do have just an outstanding council, and it's an honor to be elected by this council. By the way, this is the 18th County Council. I believe that's correct, Mr. Boswick, is that right? The 18th County Council. And this is the second year of that 18th County Council. And it's an extremely talented county council. It's a thoughtful governing body. Each council member adds a level of experience and expertise that allows us to see the issues that come before us through a variety of lenses. I'm going to start all the way to my right, to my far right, and Councilman Crandall, who is not here, he actually anchors the far right of this council. And he's been a strong anchor for that right side, politically, right? And he's been a strong community advocate for the communities that he was elected to represent. And he supports anchors like the business anchor of Trade Point Atlantic, his business anchors in his part of the county. Councilman Ertel has been a great addition to this 18th County Council. He has decades-long community experience as a leader and also as an advocate, and he brings that lens to what this council has to deliberate on and make decisions about. Often we're asked to make decisions about communities and what benefits communities, and through his experience and the lens he brings forward, he helps us make good, solid decisions. He represents a diverse district, so he also brings that level of expertise and sentiment and observation. And he has to balance, it's an interesting job. He has to balance the needs of an anchor institution like Towson University and the communities that are neighboring to that anchor institution. And sometimes that's a difficult balance. And I think you've done a great job at that, and I appreciate what you bring to this 18th County Council. Councilman Marks. Councilman Marks has broad experience. He's been with the state of Maryland in a leadership position. He's been I think the longest serving council member, is that right? Not quite.
Amongst us.
Amongst us, yes. Yeah, that's what I meant. Thank you for that clarification. He has a strong skill set in transportation. He's also a teacher. When he's not here, he's in the classroom. And I think it's really important that we have the experience of someone that's in the classroom all day and then comes here to try to help us figure out how do we provide the best education that we possibly can here in Baltimore County. And I think everyone that's ever worked with David, with Councilman Marks, knows that he's a strong community advocate and will fight to the end for the communities that he's elected to serve. Councilman Jones. served as chairman of this governing body for many years. And he brings a great experience. He brings the experience of not only a first responder, but also a battalion chief, a leader amongst first responders. He's also added a historic context to this county council, to his service on the county council. He's a strong advocate for the institutions in his district, for example, the Anchor Institution of Northwest Hospital, and also all the things that are going on in Owings Mills. So it's a broad responsibility that Councilman Jones has brought forward and uses that lens in areas that in issues that we deliberate on. Councilman Koch, I think you heard earlier that he's a math teacher, and he brings also, as Councilman Marks does, he brings the experience of what happened in the classroom. Councilman Marks also has a level of, Councilman Katch has a level of expertise with his service as a state legislator. He knows how that governmental body works, and he shares that with us and allows us to understand how a successful, whether the state legislative process is different than ours, but there are certain values that we can implement based on the success that state legislators have had. And Councilman Katch has done it, not just for a couple of years, but for many, many years. And he's almost represented almost every inch of Baltimore County over these years. So he offers that experience that, he knows about Catonsville, even though Catonsville is not currently in the 3rd district, but at one time he's represented that, and Windsor Mill Road and other parts of Baltimore County. So Councilman Katch is also, a strong environmental advocate, and so he and I share that interest, and we talk about it a lot. And to my far left, and perhaps to the far left, is Councilman Young. It's funny how that works out. Not that far to the left, but to my left is Councilman Young, and he offers the lens of a state legislator. He was head of the Baltimore County delegation in the House of Delegates. He also brings the lens of a veteran and issues that face the veteran community. And so that's important for all of us to know as to how do we see what he sees in the community and based on his experience. He's an advocate for anchor institutions in his district like UMBC, which has been a national leader in many regards. And the other thing that's interesting about Councilman Young is he's very process-oriented, and we can really use that experience to better the way we govern and the way our process is. For example, Councilman Young is working to improve the process in which we deliberate over amendments to legislative amendments. And so hopefully in the near future, you'll see that this council, this governing body, handles legislative amendments in a different way that becomes more open to us, more transparent to us as council members, but also, and more importantly, more transparent to the residents of Baltimore County, and so that they understand what's going on, as well as sometimes it can become a real crapshoot at the end, and so we don't want that to happen. We want it to be a little bit more clear and transparent. And last, I'm really pleased that Councilman Young did not move unfavorable on my nomination, as he's going to hold up the cup to, oh my goodness. Wow, okay. So we've got a great deal ahead of us in 2024. We've got, and Amy Mente, you'll be happy to hear this, that in 2024, we are going to address the Master Plan 2030, and we also have the CZMP ahead of us, and we have a long list of other items that will be coming forward, budget for fiscal year 2025, and some other initiatives that really we need to take head on. So with that, I just want to thank my colleagues so much for nominating me and then giving an affirmative vote to follow that nomination. And I just want to wish everyone an outstanding 2024. So thank you all so much. Really appreciate this. Thank you. So, Mr. Secretary, what is the next order of business?
The next order, I believe, is the approval of the journal, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the journal?
Motion to approve.
Move, I'll second.
Second it, approved by Young. You say that, I don't say that, right?
No one says it.
I think you take a voice vote on the approval. If you already did that? Okay.
Do we, moved and seconded? Is that?
All in favor?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes, right? Okay.
Ayes have it.
Ayes have it, thank you. Journal is approved. Next item, Mr. Secretary.
I believe is the enrollment of bills, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, do I have a motion to enroll bills?
Well, actually, I think you just do it, Mr. Chairman. I think,
Hey, listen, we're working the kinks out here, so it's the first day on the job. Oh, that's what the script is you gave me. Okay. We're enrolling the bills?
yes. I can give you an assist if you like.
Supposed to read them.
It's really great that Councilman Jones is sitting right next to me, because. So, let me enroll the following bills. Bills 8323, Bill 8423, Bill 8623, Bill 9023, Bill 9123, Bill 9223, Bill 9323, Bill 9423, Bill 9523, Bill 9623, Bill 9723, Bill 9823, Bill 9923 were passed by the council and signed by the executive and are hereby enrolled. Okay. What's next on the agenda, Mr. Secretary?
Next is final reading, or I'm sorry, introduction of bills. We only have one bill for introduction, Mr. Chairman and members of the council. That is Bill 1-24, sponsored by Councilman Catch. Zoning regulations, uses permitted in the business major and manufacturing light zones, residential uses in Hunt Valley.
Thank you. Is there any further business coming before the council?
Actually, Mr. Chairman, there is. There is the council's consideration of fiscal matters. We have two. We did not have a work session last week due to the holiday, so the witnesses that would ordinarily testify at the work session are actually here to testify on both matters. Fiscal matter 1 is a contract with Ann Turnbull for the acquisition of a conservation easement, and fiscal matter 2 is a contract with Lotero Thomas LLC as part of the planning's commercial revitalization program. And I believe Ms. Mantei is here to testify on both of those items, sir.
Ms. Mantei, please come to the front. You've come a long way, Ms. Mantei.
All right, I think the microphone's on. All right, thank you. I'd just like to congratulate the chair on his appointment today. It's very interesting that I'm here tonight. Councilman Patoka was the first person I met here at Baltimore County a little over 25 years ago. He held the position that I have now as Deputy Director for the Department of Planning, and he offered me a planning position where I started in the Eastern Sector.
And you've done a great job, Amy.
Thank you. All right, so the first order is for the contract for the Turnbull property, acquisition of a conservation easement at 501 Belfast Road. It's the contract for a perpetual conservation easement containing a little over 95 acres for a property, as I said, at 501 Belfast Road. Landowner is Ann Hotel Turnbull, trustee of the Ann Hotel Turnbull Revocable Trust. The property is a little over 95 acres. The cost is $717,259. It contains 53 acres of productive crop or pasture and 36 acres of woodlands. It includes over 1,800 linear feet of Piney Creek and includes 520 feet of scenic road frontage on Belfast Road. It is immediately adjacent to the 49-acre property protected with a Maryland Environmental Trust easement. County-funded rural legacy projects are submitted to us through the area sponsor, which in this case is the Gunpowder Valley Conservancy.
Thank you, Ms. Mantei. Are there any questions or comments from the members? Hearing none, thank you, and we'll move on to the next item.
Actually, I think we need to do a vote on this item,
Do we
Mr.
have a
Chairman.
motion to approve this item?
So move.
Second. It's a voice vote, Mr. Chair?
Actually, it's a roll call vote, sir.
Gotcha.
Mr. Patoka,
Aye.
Mr. Young, Mr. Catch, Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Marks, Mr. Ertel.
Aye.
Yeah, I have.
The ayes have it. Okay, Ms. Mantei, you have a second item?
We do. This is for a contract for Luterio Thomas LLC. The resolution is to award the contract for the Baltimore County Commercial Revitalization Program's Architect on Call services to the design firm Luterio Thomas LLC as part of the county's effort to provide revitalization services to older commercial areas. Baltimore County Department of Planning manages the county's Architect on Call program. The program considers requests for services from owners of commercial properties located within the county commercial revitalization districts. The program offers up to 10 free hours of professional architectural design services for exterior improvements to buildings. After initial site visit meeting, the architect prepares a digital rendering of the building with design recommendations and a rough cost estimate. The program requires direct coordination with the Department of Planning in developing architectural renderings and those cost estimates, in addition to working with businesses or property owners. The services provided by the Architect on Call program must be completed within 6 months per project. And again, the program is applied within all 22 of our commercial revitalization districts.
Thank you, Ms. Mantei. Do we have any questions or comments from the members? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
I'll second it.
Motion second, Mr. Secretary?
Patoka,
Aye.
Mr. Catch, Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Marks,
Aye.
Mr. Ertel,
Aye.
Mr. Young.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Next, Mr. Chairman, we have miscellaneous business. The first item is Resolution 1-24. This is a resolution to accept a donation of a parcel of land for recreational purposes for introduction only this evening. Next item. Next, Mr. Chairman, is Resolution 2-24. This is a resolution seeking approval of a loan for Prescott Square Apartments LLC in the Pikesville area, also for introduction only this evening. And finally, Mr. Chairman and members of the council, we have Resolution 3-24. This is a resolution to approve a payment in lieu of taxes, the acronym PILOT, written agreement, Prescott Square Apartments LLC. This is also for introduction only this evening, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary, is there any further business to come before the council?
There is no further business, Mr. Chair.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
As is customary, anyone who signed up to register to speak online prior to the meeting, I guess online or here, 3 minutes to speak. Mr. Secretary, are any speakers signed up?
I believe we have several. I will defer to Ms. Belcastro. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we have 2 speakers this evening. Our first speaker is Ann George, who is here in person.
It's an honor to see you.
A resident of Timonium, and I'm here to share with you a concern. Around December 14th, we sent you, I'm also a member of the Animal Advisory Commission, but I speak here as, for myself. Our acting chair sent a letter out to all of you regarding our concern about the RFP that's being put out for an animal review a review of animal services for a consultant. And we've been following the process. We even, some of us even attended one of the pre-deadline information to hear people that testified or asked questions who were replying. And as we followed it online, there were never more than 2 consultants applying for the position. It started in August, and they extended it several times, the deadline, until December. Some of us, myself and the acting chair, reached out to people that we knew through animal services throughout the country and asked them to apply. Some did, and however, we found out in November that another animal service in Montgomery County had a free animal service review through Maddie's Fund. These reviews can cost $50,000 or more. Best Friends Society also does free reviews, and our shelter is actually belongs to that as a part of their network. So we wrote a letter to the county council, to the county executive, suggesting that they at least consider this as they consider other consultants, paid consultants. We were very impressed. The executive director of the Montgomery County Animal Shelter sent us a copy of the report, and it was outstanding. I've seen others. I'm also very familiar with the Operational Excellence Report of 2019. This was much more in detail and obviously was done by people who had intimate knowledge with the process of animal sheltering and gave specific recommendations of what this shelter could do to improve. In response, I understand through a telephone conversation that one of the senior advisors to the county executive said to basically let our process work out. Well, we certainly don't want to interfere with the process, but we were hoping there would be a more positive response, that they would at least investigate this as an opportunity to save the county some money, particularly since I'm very familiar, if I may just complete this, I'm very familiar with the strategic report of 2019. I was very impressed with it. I've told Dr. Rogers, I know that she had a lot to do with that it certainly was a blueprint. It said everything it should say, in terms of many of the things that you've said, openness, community engagement. After watching this shelter for 10 years, I'm very familiar with what the issues are. And I don't think they're being addressed by the present administration. I will leave it at that at this point.
Thank you, Ms. George. Ms. Belcastro, do we have additional speakers?
Yes, Mr. Chair. We also have, my apologies, Mr. Dwayne Davis is here in person.
Mr. Davis, please.
Congratulations on your position as chairman.
Thank you.
I hope you do a good job. All right. Y'all been knowing me since 1997. I opened up a business called Shorty's Barbecue on Falls Road. Councilman Marks was my delegate, and I've been filing this complaint and criminal charges against Scott Schellenberger. Mr. Patoka, you've been at, when you had the county city meetings. You talking about jurisdiction here. There's no law against making a movie about the Democratic Party, all right? And that's what y'all locked me up for. I say y'all because you're the Democratic Party. The majority in this room is Democrats. It's making a movie about your courts and the corruption in your courts. Now, Mr. Pataki, I gave you this about a month or so ago, correct?
Yes.
And at that event, y'all said y'all was gonna do something. I ain't heard from y'all yet. Scott Schellenberger's still sitting in that seat. Just like the Duke lacrosse team, when they prosecuted Naphon, y'all gotta prosecute Scott Schellenberger. I was kidnapped, I was stolen from my family. Property was taken, my intellectual property, and that's covered under the First Amendment of the Constitution. I was found innocent of all charges. At the conclusion of a trial, I'm supposed to be compensated freely, duly, in the expense and the convenience of the government. I've been homeless since 2011. Y'all ain't did nothing about compensating me for my losses. I'm out $250 million. And this council's been silenced every time I come in here. I told y'all I was making a documentary. You can contact Senator Cardin's office in 2007. You can contact Chief Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court. I was making a documentary about how you treat us as an underclass, the new faces of old Jim Crow. So with this council and the people in this room, I need an answer about these criminal charges against Scott Shellenberger. These are criminal charges. Nobody's above the law. So in 2024, I want justice. The 2024 session getting ready to come in. If I don't get no justice, I'm filing a class action lawsuit because I'm not the only one that Scott Shellenberger locked up. So everything that Scott Shellenberger touched since 2011, going to get reversed and remanded and looked at. This book got it in there. It's got my Department of Justice ID number in there. You read the book, Mr. Pataki, did you or did you not? Is that legal in here? Everything in here is legal, correct? Correct?
Mr. Davis, I'm not an attorney.
Where your lawyer here? Your lawyer here got it, and he know it too. And I ain't heard nothing from the law department. See how quiet it is in here? It's a new year. Things gonna change. I don't get no justice. A lot of y'all ain't gonna be sitting in them seats. They call that racketeering and fraud, conspiracy, the RICO Act. Silence is consent. See how quiet it is in this room? See the police back there? Y'all charge me with terrorism. I'm an activist. Activism isn't an act of terrorism. Activism is an act of standing up for injustice. Are we clear?
Thank you, Mr. Davis.
Am I going to get an answer from the law department?
Excuse me, sir. I don't recall having received any packet from you.
I give it to you. I'll give it to you just like I gave it to him, and you can give it back the same way he did in front of everybody. All right?
Thank you, Mr. Davis.
I'm happy to take a look at it. Go ahead and give it to me.
Thank you.
Thank you for providing that with us.
Yes, sir. Here you are. I'll be able to get it in about 7 days. Everything in there. Criminal charges, forged checks, Department of Justice, all that. I'm a veteran. Ain't I a veteran, Mr. Young? Sure. We veterans, we serve this country, right? This country got to serve me.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Ms. Belcastro, do we have any additional speakers this evening?
No, Mr. Chair, we have no further speakers.
Well, thank you all so much. I really appreciate everyone participating this evening, and we're adjourned. Is that right, Mr. Boswick? Okay. I'm going to work through some of the wrinkles here.